All right, so here we are at the first portage from Bell Lake to David Creek. It's a bit of a weedy kind of bay, but a nice little put-in. And from what the previous people were saying, it's a fairly flat portage, so I think we're going to try to do it all in one go. It's about 700 meters, so here we go. So here we are at the second and final portage of the day. Little 200 from David Creek to David Lake. Nice little sloped rock put in. This is David Creek. We're going to make our way over to David Lake, where we're going to camp for the night. All right, it's a little bit of a climb to get up here. If you come with me, I will take you there. So a bit of a climb to get up here, but once you get up here, it's kind of nice. So we have a well-developed fire pit full of stuff. Maybe this spot isn't used that much. And up here, we have some flat spots for your hammocks, or I should say for your tents. Don't really need a flat spot for a hammock. So here I am, the first campsite for the night, David Lake, Killarney Park. And it's beautiful, like beautiful lake, beautiful scenery. It's a nice campsite. Good morning from day two. A little bacon and eggs for breakfast today. Looks like a nice day. Just gonna eat up and head on out. All right, we are at the end of the big portage from David Lake to Great Mountain Lake. The 2,700-meter portage, 2,800-meter portage. It was challenging, a lot of elevation changes, pretty rocky, but not too bad, but definitely challenging. Anyway, it's done. It took a little over 2 hours, and now we just have a little paddle across Great Mountain Lake, and we have another little 400 or a little 440-meter portage into Fish Lake, where we're going to camp for the night. All right, here we are at the second portage of the day. Day two, second portage, and the last portage of the day. We're going into Fish Lake, where this is Great Mountain Lake here. A little bit of a muddy put-in takeout. Sure, it's a little better when the water's a bit higher, but the water's a little bit low. It's a little bit muddy there. Not too bad though. And yeah, anyway, that's where we're going. It's only about a 450-meter portage or so not too bad. And then we're on Fish Lake, which is where we're going to camp for the evening. We are at the end of the second portage, just on to Fish Lake. And there's this cabin, small little cabin here. It's not necessarily in terrible shape, but the door's been left off, so the inside is just been absolutely trashed. But I don't know, the building itself looks structurally sound, I guess. I don't know, I'm not an engineer. Doesn't seem like it's caving in or anything like that. There's definitely some wood back there, so somebody is using it for a little bit of wood storage. Other than that, pretty uneventful portage. It's a little 450 meter. It's a little bit further. But now we're on to Fish Lake. So we're just going to canoe down to Fish Lake and pick our campsite. So there's the canoe, and you just kind of come up to the little rocky path here, and it's kind of like a bald spot. So I just got here a little bit ago. Haven't really set up much yet. Just kind of sat down and relaxed a little bit. Had some water. And yeah, so I'm just about to get set up. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna set up the hammock yet. I think just somewhere right back here. Although there's a lot of flat spots. There's not a lot of trees. There's not a lot of depth to the campsite here. Just a bunch of flat spots here. But fantastic view. No doubt about that. So I'm just going to get some set up, and I'm going to make some pizza. Backcountry pizza part one. So you start with your tortilla. I like to start mine out with pepperoni as the base. Then I add sauce and veggies. And of course some bacon. And you finish it all off with some mozzarella cheese. All right, there we go. Some backcountry pizza pocket perfection. Nice view for dinner. All right, we're all packed up and ready to move. This is day 3, and we just packed up our campsite on Fish Lake, and we're headed up to Bear Lake. So I think we have 4 portages in between here and there. None of them are too big. I think there's a 590 is the biggest one, a couple of 280s, and then like a 100 or something like that. So not a big day for portages, not a lot of paddling either. Weather's kind of overcast and a little breezy, kind of chilly. Yeah, gonna get started. Here we are at the first portage of the day. So this little portage here is just going to be a little 280. About a little put in, take out. And we just kind of have to go up there, and there's the trail. Here we go. All right, here we are at the second portage of the day. It's a little 100 meter from the pond with no name to Round Otter Lake. So just a little 100, shouldn't be a problem. Stop at a little beaver dam here in between Round Otter Lake and actually I'm not sure what the name of the lake is we're going to. It's not quite Bear Lake yet. But anyway, first beaver dam, and she's a gooder. Good work, boys. All right, we're at the third portage of the day. This is a 590 from whatever creek this is to Moose Lake. Moose Lake? I think it's called Moose Lake. Just a little lake. It's really just a big pond. We skip across that and we do one more portage and we're into Bear Lake. This portage just looks kind of neat. I think it just follows the shoreline of this river. I walked it for about 50 or 100 meters or so, and I think it just follows the shoreline the whole way. So we're going to see. Anyway, going to get started. All right, we're actually at the end of the fourth and final portage of the day, from Goose Lake to Bear Lake. So we're about to get onto Bear Lake. Bear Lake, there's quite a few cottages on it. But we're going down to a little bit further to Rocky Channel, where we're going to camp there. All right, get in the water. All right, so here we are at the our third campsite for the trip. We're on Bear Lake. This is campsite 216. So it's kind of one of these smooth rock put-in takeouts. It's kind of nice, easy to get in, easy to get out, no doubt about it. Pretty easy. And the site, there's no climbing or anything. It's just right here. Not a lot to the site. Not very big. Not a lot of flat spots. The fire pit has seen better days, I think. I just have a thunderbox in the back. But not a lot of flat spots. Obviously I'm going to set up my hammock here. And up here there's a little slopey spot there. Not bad. It's a busy lake. A lot of cottages on it. And so it's early. It's only 2:30. So I'm just gonna have some tea and just kind of chillax. Dinner for day 3 is a pasta dish with some rehydrated vegetables, some rehydrated ground chicken, and pasta, of course, and Alfredo sauce. It's kind of a little bit rainy, a little bit miserable, but I'm warm underneath the tarp, I'm dry. I was already here and set up before it started raining, so no big deal to me. But it's been a steady rain now for probably a good hour. I don't really see any sign of it letting up, so I don't know. Hopefully it breaks up before tomorrow. Don't care about the rest of today, but hopefully we can get some drier weather for tomorrow. All right, here we are, day 4. We're on the Rocky Channel, Bear Lake. Today we have about 15 kilometers of portage. 15 kilometers of travel to do. I think there's about 3 portages in there. Only one of them is 1,000 meters. Our first portage of the day is directly where we're looking now. Right across from us is a 180 meter portage into Van Winkle Lake. And that's where we're going to start. So here's the canoe. As you can see, it's kind of misty, kind of foggy. It rained quite a bit last night. It's quite warm this morning, probably about 18 degrees, maybe even 20. So everything is, that's the camp. Just the hammock and the tarp. It worked pretty good last night, no problems. It rained most of the evening, but no leaking anywhere or anything like that. All underneath the hammock is dry, so I don't think it rained too hard. This morning I'm having oatmeal for breakfast and some tea, also making a lunch. And let's hope it doesn't rain until we get to the next campsite. Okay, here we are at the first portage of the day, day 4. It's 180, looks pretty steep. And I think it gets steep on the other side going down. But I'm going to give it a shot with just a single carry. Doesn't look like I have to go that far. It's not that high. But yeah, we'll give it a try. 180. All right, here we are at the second portage of the day. It's a little 90 meter into Henwood. It's pretty steep, both sides. So I'm double carrying this one. Since it's only 90 meters, I really don't care. I've already taken the canoe. I've just come back for the pack. It's short, but it's definitely steep, both sides. All right, just gonna get the pack and we're gonna get out of here. All right, so here we are on the last portage of the day. This is about 1,000 meters into Murray Lake. I don't expect there to be any real challenges with this portage. It's not marked as steep or anything like that. So hopefully this is a fairly straightforward portage, about 1,000 meters. So I expect I'm going to stop probably once in the middle for a little break. But we should be able to single portage this. And yeah, hopefully we get off this and then we get onto Murray Lake. There's 3 sites. I know the one I want. Hopefully it's available, and we'll see you at the site. Okay, here we are at the we're on Murray Lake. We're on our campsite for the night. Got the canoe already here. This is the kind of put in takeout area. So we've got a little climbing to do. Doesn't look all that great down here. Up here it looks okay. You can see I've already got the water filtration setup going. I've got my hammock set up. I've got some gear all taken out of the bag. It's pretty wet this morning, so I'm just trying to dry everything out. Same with the tarp. It's got a lot of little stickies on it because it was wet, but it's almost dry now. It was a dry day, it didn't rain or anything like that. So it was a pretty good day getting here. Starting to feel a little bit tired. Paddling starts to get a little tiring a little quicker. But other than that, still pretty good. Just hoping for a little bit of sunshine maybe. Kind of dry everything out, sort of thing. So there's some people across from me staying at that campsite. There's the portage right beside it. I can't quite see where the portage is over here, but over here is the portage for tomorrow, which is the Notch. It's a pretty popular portage, or infamous maybe. It's fairly difficult. It's a 1,400 meter, 1,500 meter portage. Then after that portage, I have another 2,400 meter portage into Helen Lake. So tomorrow we got a big day. We got a really big portage day. So, gonna get a good night's sleep, get some rest, and we're gonna get at it tomorrow. So here we are, day 4, campsite 4. This is dinner. Pasta supreme with a couple of Baby Bell cheese discs. Can't wait to dig in. It looks delicious, smells delicious. Yum yum. So day 5 breakfast, and we're having pancakes, blueberry pancakes. They're a little lumpy. I think I need to work on my pancake technique. All right, here we are, day 5. Just setting out. Got the canoe all packed. Just a short little paddle over there where we start the big portage of the Notch. See you over there. Hey there. So here we are at the Notch. Forgot to make a video at the beginning, but we're at the first kind of really steep part here. I had to put the canoe down so I can just bring up the pack. Just up there a bit, just to get try to get it off this really narrow part here. Really steep, too steep to deal with the weight and the awkwardness of the canoe. Wow, steep. Another quick view from the notch. There's another really steep part. I'm going to single carry this one. I should say double carry it. Already taking up the pack. Just going to go back to the canoe there. We have to go there a ways. We're going around that waterfall. Alright, here we are at, actually this is technically Carmichael Lake, but this will feed into Nelly Lake. And as advertised, the water is amazingly clear. There's not much life or vegetation around the water, but hey, it's clear. Anyway, I'm just going to take a little break and then I'm going to get in and paddle over to Nelly Lake. Alright, so here we are at the second and last portage of the day. This is 2,500 meters from Nelly Lake to Helen Lake. So we just had my lunch, changed my shoes. I'm just gonna have a little drink of water, rest for about 5 to 10 more minutes, and then I guess look at the first leg in. I probably expect to stop around, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. So yeah, here we go. All right, here we are at campsite number 5. We're on Helen Lake, kind of at the northwest end of the lake. We're facing south right now. That's where I have to go tomorrow to leave the lake. Just right over to that opening over there. It's kind of a bit of an interesting site. So it's on a point. So we're very exposed here. Any kind of wind or whatever, you feel it. So it's great if there's bugs or whatever. No bugs right now, but so yeah, it's wide open. They do have a fire pit here. There's not a lot of spots. Just kind of rocky and craggly. As you can see here. Sort of a flat spot on that rock there, I guess. I don't know. There is a thunderbox. It's quite a ways back there. It's actually quite the hike. This all looks pretty rough on this side. But over here it looks a little nicer. I brought the kid over here. And it's a little nicer right here. Got some trees that can hang the hammock. Flat spot where I can do some cooking. I'm actually a little bit out of the wind here. And yeah, not a bad little spot, I guess. All right, here we are at the first portage of the day. I guess I'm just going to follow those little rock piles to the end. It's only supposed to be 30 meters. All right, here we are at the second portage of the day. This is the 30-meter portage. The first one was a 50-meter. But as you can see, it's just over this little rock and right into that pond right over there. Okay, here we are, the fourth and final portage of the day. We have it's about 1,000 meters into Bay Fin. We're on McGregor Bay. You might catch a little wind. Yeah, it's just a big water. Doesn't take much wind, you get that breeze. So I'm just going to cross here, and we should be over in Bay Fin. We just did about, I don't know, I did about 12, maybe 14 kilometers in about an hour and a half. So we made pretty good time. In Bay Fin, I think we're going to have the wind at our back, and that's going to help us move down the bay that much faster. All right, see you on the other side. rain for me, but sunshine for that hill over there. All right, here we are on Bay Fin. This is campsite number 6, day number 6. So this is, although this is still part of Bay Fin, it's not Bay Fin proper. Bay Fin is just over there. Campsite, there's the canoe, there's a flat spot over there. It's kind of nice, right beside the water. There's a fire pit up here. I have the water filtration stuff hanging. Got a fire pit here. Looks like a flat spot over there. I've got all my gear kind of in the center here, which is sort of, unfortunately, fairly close to the Thunderbox. Yeah, I'm the only one here. There's no smell or anything, so I'm taking it. Weather's been kind of off and on. Trip today was pretty good, actually. Made some pretty good time. When I got to Bay Fin, the weather was cooperating. I got a bunch of sunshine. So I went down Bay Fin, got to the site here, set up the tent, and then it clouded over and it's rained a couple times. And it looks like we have another little rain shower coming in now. So that's it for day 6. See you day 7. It's actually sunny out, but it's pouring rain. We got day 6 dinner. It's the salsa rice surprise. So we got veggies. We have some dehydrated ground chicken, rice, some salsa, and we're ready to go. So here's something we haven't seen too much of this trip. A nice sunny morning. Nice sunny morning on Bay Fin. Little Bay Fin. Pancakes and bacon for breakfast. Delicious. right, so here we are at the final portage of the trip. Final portage of the day, final portage of the trip. Just a little 50 meter from Freeland into George Lake.